All right, so one thing I'm doing at home since I have a lot of time, crocheting. It was something that I used to do, and around Christmas I was like, I wonder if I remember how to do this. So I decided to make my mother-in-law a scarf for Christmas, and it turns out it was like muscle memory. It's been years since I've done this, and I remembered how. Now it is a little difficult sometimes if you have pets because they tend to like the yarn, but I'll teach you the very basics of crocheting. So you start with your yarn, start with your needle. So we got to get something going here. So I'm going to loop it, and I'm just going to come over, pull it through to get my first loop and a knot. And I'm going to loop it again, pull it through, cross over, pull it through, cross over, pull it through. So that's it. That's how you start to crochet. So you got to get this to whatever length of whatever it is you want to make. So like I said, at Christmas, I made my mother-in-law a scarf. You could make a pillow for someone. You could make a blanket. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a blanket right now, and you could make it for yourself, or I'm actually going to make one for a local animal shelter so they can have it there. One of the cats who are up for adoption will have a nice little blanket to sleep on while they wait at the shelter. So this is really easy to do. I mean, obviously you can do it without even really I look a little bit, but then I have Netflix on, so while I'm binge watching, I just sit here doing this, and sometimes I mess up. But that's what I love about crocheting. When you mess up, you can just go back and take out a loop and start back over again. So I'm going to keep doing this until I get to the length of the blanket that I want. Just keep putting it over, pulling it through your loop. Just keep making more loops. All right, so I've got a good length here. I think this is enough for a cat. It's actually probably going to be a really good big size cat, big size blanket. So now I need to start my first row. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop over once, pull it through. I want to get it like a good, little bit of room. I'm going to loop over again. I'm going to find the hole right there and pull my yarn back through. So now I've got 3 loops. So you can make a choice here. You can just do a single crossover and pull it through for a really tight, or, and this again is what I love about crocheting, you mess up, you can just pull it out and do it all over again. So my other option is to loop, find the hole, pull it through, and I'm going to make it a little bigger by going around once, and sometimes you got to give it a little give, only pulling it through the first 2 loops. And then I'm going to loop again, cross over, and pull it through the next 2. So that gives you it's a little looser. So depending on what you're making, like a pillow, that I think that may not be the best for, because then your stuffing would come out. But for a scarf or a blanket, I think that's perfectly fine. Also, helps it go by a little faster. Sometimes I get impatient when I'm making these. But like I said, it's also just good to have on while you're listening to the radio, watching Netflix, anything. So now I'm just going to keep going, looping, pulling through, looping, pull it through those 2. I'm going to loop again and pull. Just a lot of loop and pull. Loop into there, pull, loop, pull, loop. And sometimes it gets a little tight, and you just got to kind of loosen your yarn a little bit and pull it back through. But that's it. So I've got that much right now. I'm going to keep going until I get to the end, and then turn it around and go the other direction until I make a blanket. So that's it. That is the very beginning of how to crochet.